Hey, can a £50 pair of headphones compete with Sony and Bose, who sell their headphones for £350, which is roughly 7 times more expensive? Let's find out. The Soundcore 2 are the latest pair of headphones by Anker, and like I said earlier, they cost £50. I like to judge a pair of headphones on 4 key criteria: comfort, sound, noise cancellation, and battery. Let's find out how these stack up against the flagship pair, a pair of QC35s. For me, a pair of over-ear headphones have to be comfortable. I use them when traveling or when I'm at work and I want to focus. So if they're not comfortable, they're not really, well, they're useless. The Soundcore 2, I'd say, in terms of comfort level, are okay. They cover my ears just about and form a nice seal, which is good because it blocks out the sound. Now, this may not be the case if you have slightly larger ears. I mean, I am 5'10", so if you're any larger than me, then you may have issues, getting them perfectly sealed on you. I'd be able to keep them on my ears for about 3 to 4 hours before I feel the need to take them off and let my ears breathe. They do feel a little bit cramped in comparison to the QC35s, and the only reason I say this is because I have had the QC35s on my ears. Now, if you haven't had those, then I don't think you'll have that issue, and if I was to use the Soundcore 2 for a solid month without anything else, then I would get used to it, and I think so would you. Sound is a very difficult thing to review. Some people prefer it bass heavy, some like a more neutral sound, so it's a really difficult one to get into, especially for me because I have mild tinnitus. Yeah. So I may not be the best person to judge a pair of headphones professionally, but I do listen to a lot of music. I listen to music every day, and I may have a certain taste, which you may not have, but the kind of music that I do listen to actually sounds amazing on Soundcore 2. Surprisingly, just as well as it sounds on the Bose. I really cannot tell the difference between the 2 pair of headphones in terms of sound. The Soundcore 2 does on the box mention something about bass heaviness, but I think that they compare quite, equally to the Bose QC35s, and I think that's absolutely staggering considering that they cost $50 and the QC35s cost $350. 7, remember, 7. Active noise cancellation is not art or black magic. It's just the sound that's made by the headphones to block out any frequencies that might be coming from the outside. That's how you get absolute silence. Soundcore 2 do a good job of blocking out sound. When I've got it at 50% with the noise cancellation on, I really can't hear anything from the outside world unless someone's shouting. In that case, well, nothing's gonna help you really. In terms of matching up with the Bose, they still have a long way to go, but that's okay, because Bose have had years and years of R&D, lots of money, millions and millions of dollars spent on noise cancellation, active noise cancellation. So I'm not saying that it's bad, it's actually really good, and most of us really won't notice the difference between the noise cancellation we get with the Soundcore or the QC35s or any of the new pairs that have come out recently. This brings us to the last judging criteria, the battery. And the Soundcore 2 have an absolutely ginormous battery in it. I bought these about a month ago and I haven't had to charge them. They came out the box. I didn't charge them when they got out of the box. I've been using them on a daily basis pretty much, except for the weekends and an odd day here and there. And they still have about 20% battery on them. They just last. And if you compare this to the QC35s, well, their rating is slightly lower, about 25 hours versus 30, but these have lasted me a long time. And if you're looking for a pair of headphones that just lasts and lasts and lasts, well, yeah. And remember, £50. So how do I rank the Soundcore 2? Well, I think they're a bargain. They cost £50, they sound good, they're comfortable, they have good noise cancellation, and the battery life is amazing. What more do you want? Sure, the comfort isn't necessarily as good as the QC35 or the active noise cancellation, but remember that they're £350. I don't think that these are, 7 times worse off than the QC35s. You can buy 7 of these. 7! 1 for each room. But I mean, if you have 7 rooms, then you can probably afford the QC35s. The final question everyone will be asking is, who are these for? Everyone who can't afford £350, anyone who wants to make a move into noise cancelling headphones and doesn't want to spend that huge amount. And the world is huge. There are a lot of countries where £50 will go a long way. £350 is a lot of money. So I think these will sell like hotcakes in certain countries. Maybe not here, but definitely in other countries. These will be great first buys for a lot of people looking to get into noise cancelling headphones. So if you're on the fence about these pair of headphones, let me push you over and recommend that you get these. If you're here just to find out how the £50 pair of headphones competes with the £350 pair of headphones, let me tell you, not only do they compete, but they outdo the QC35s in certain circumstances. How about that? See you in the next one.